Hi, I'm Dan Coughlin, and I want to welcome you to this edition of my business leadership video series. Today what I want to talk about is the importance of communicating clearly when you're going to implement a major change in your organization. A major change that's going to affect people's careers, it's going to affect the work they do and how they do that work. People can deal with change, they do it all the time, and they do it well. What people have a very hard time dealing with is the unknown. When they don't know what's going on or why it's happening or what might be coming down, they get really anxious. They become fearful, and that anxiety, that fear can actually get in the way of them being able to perform up to their abilities. So it's very, very important that you take the time to step back and clear in your mind about what's going to happen and why it's going to happen, and then communicate that clearly to your employees. So to help you remember this, here's a little visual aid with 4 questions on it. The first question that you need to answer for yourself and then communicate clearly that answer to your employees is, what is not going to change? If you don't really be clear about what's not going to change, your employees are always going to wonder, is this going to change? Is this stable? What are we doing? So you got to really be clear up front. Here are certain things that are not going to change in our organization. Then, after you answer that, the second question is, what is it that you're going to stop doing in your organization? If you don't stop doing anything, then it's really, you haven't really made a change. You just talked about making a change. You haven't done anything. So you have to be clear, you have to be honest, and you have to be firm when you say, we are going to stop doing this. Then the third question is, what are you going to start doing? So you're going from doing something one way, and you're going to stop that, and now you're going to doing something another way, and what is that going to be? So the third question that you need to answer for yourself and then be really clear with your employees is, what is it that we are going to start doing? And then the fourth question that's very, very important for you to get clear about and then communicate that clearly is, how is this change going to happen? What are the 3 or 4 or 5 main steps that the organization is going to go through to make this change a reality? If you don't answer that question, then it's still a very vague thing that's out there, and people are going to be really wondering how it's all going to work out. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that an organization wants to go from an operational excellence company where they're selling a lot of a certain product or a certain service at a small margin, and they want to shift gears and they want to become a value-added solution provider where they're charging for an improvement in a customer's outcome. So let's walk through these 4 questions. Well, what's not going to change in that company? Well, it might be their high standards. They might say, we are not going to change the high standards that we've always delivered to customers. We're going to keep that. And we might even raise our standards. So that's the first thing that's not going to change. What we're going to stop doing is we're going to stop selling products, as many as we possibly can, at a small margin. And then what we are going to start doing is we're going to start to bundle together the various products and services that we are capable of delivering well, but we're going to customize it for each customer so that we're actually improving their desired outcome in a really valuable, solution-oriented way. And we're going to price differently. We're going to charge for the improvement in the outcome for the customer rather than charging for a small margin on every product and every service. And how are we going to make this change? Question number 4, how are we going to make this change? We're going to grandfather in our current clients for a period of 3 years. We're not going to change the pricing for them. If they want to continue to work with us the way they've been working with us, we're not going to change it. If they want to move to more of a solution, customized approach, we'll offer that as an option to them. But we won't force them into that. We'll let them know that they're grandfathered in for a period of 3 more years. However, as we add new clients and new customers, what we're going to do with each one of those customers is we're going to focus on providing them with a value-added solution approach in improving specific outcomes for their organization, and we're going to charge based on the value of those outcomes. So that's an example of using the 4 steps. So here's what I suggest you do. If you're really going to implement a big change in your company, Take the time to answer. What is it that we are not going to change? What is it that we are going to stop doing and why we're going to stop doing that? What is it that we're going to start doing and why are we going to start doing that? And then how is this change going to happen? What is it that's going to actually happen in our organization to go from the way we were doing things to the way we're going to do things? Take your time, answer those questions, and then communicate them very clearly and honestly and firmly with your employees. So good luck with your major change. Take care and have a great day.